Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here. My guy, Chris Ruffalo, on this Money Making Thursday, man. Hey, a lot going on in the sports world today. We got college football playoff, got some college hoops, some NBA, some NHL, plenty of money making opportunities today. Ruffalo, franchise player, how you doing today, my man?
I'm doing all right. Yesterday was a little bit of a rough day. I kind of came back down to earth a little bit, but yeah, the college hoops decided to take a cue from the NBA. A couple blown leads got me, but you know what? Yesterday's in the past. I keep telling myself that's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions for 2025. Just always keep pushing ahead. Today's a new day. Plenty of money to be made. Locking in on a few games, so I'm ready to break it down with you. How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm ready to break it down as well. Yesterday, I was broke even, I think. But I did end up losing my top play, which is always frustrating. Thunder Buddies fell short in the end. The boys just couldn't pull through. Fading the Cavs is not fun, man. You've been telling me that for 2 weeks, and I just said, man, you know what? Fuck it. Every day it's like, man, this looks like another good spot to fade them in, man. It never pans out. They even got the Thunder Buddies yesterday. Shout out Cleveland, man. Shout out Cleveland. Them boys in action today, man. We'll talk about them again here in a minute. We'll see if I got the balls to fade them or not. But Chris, you know the one we got to talk about, man. You know the one we got to talk about, bro. Oh man, it was so bad I couldn't even send the text. I couldn't even send the "I'm an idiot."
Don't worry, I got you.
They can't be serious, bro. Like they can't be serious. They can't be serious. They can't be serious.
I was sitting there. I went out for a buddy's dinner for a buddy's birthday dinner last night. I'm sitting there looking at the score. I'm like, holy shit, Jay's gonna get this one. I'm like, all right, okay, maybe DePaul has something. And then I look and it's like they're up by 3 with like 6 seconds left. I'm like, there's no way. I look away. I come back to my phone and I see OT. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding. Like, this is what did I say to you? DePaul basketball crushing dreams in Big East play since 2005, like without fail.
That hurt.
I wasn't trying to. I don't like to twist. See, that's the thing. A lot of people, like I know, like us, like a lot of us that like know each other. We're just like we rag on each other. I really don't like twisting the knife on anybody because I know how much that hurts. Man. But I was like, at a certain point.
Nah, that's one. That's one of the ones, man. Shout out Seton Hall, DePaul. You're fucking terrible. I'm back to fading you.
At a certain point, what does it take to say that a team is just cursed, right? Because it's like, what else can DePaul do? Like they're finding new and creative ways to lose. Like that's bad.
Yes, they are, man. That they showed me exactly why yesterday. They are the team I've been harping. They've been for the last year and a half. All just came to a head yesterday. They're terrible. But hey, man, that was yesterday. Let's hop into today, my man. You ready?
Yeah, man. Might get everybody in and out quick today.
Yeah, man. Let's get these ladies and gentlemen in and out today. Brad, usually here on Thursdays, he won't be here today. He'll probably pop in either one day this weekend or he'll be back on Tuesday, Thursday, like usual. So, yeah. Meat sweats. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I heard he was going like skydiving or something. I don't know.
Shout out Brad, man. Shout out Brad. All right, man. Where you want to start? College hoops?
Sure, we can do college hoops.
Let's do it. We got 1 o'clock start time. Little Rock battling out with Morehead State. Little Rock. They might be getting some snow today. We'll see. We getting some snow. We got UNC.
Yeah, a lot of these games have been getting moved around because of the snow.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. UNC Greensboro versus Chattanooga. Oregon versus Ohio State. Purdue versus Rutgers. Binghamton versus Maine. Vermont versus UMass Lowell. Detroit Mercy versus IU Indy. Jacksonville versus Bellarmine. Yeah, I looked it up. We got Stetson versus Central Arkansas. UMBC versus NJIT. Albany versus New Hampshire. James Madison versus Marshall. Texas State versus Troy. Oakland versus Wright State. Charleston versus Hofstra. UMC Wilmington versus Monmouth. Campbell versus Hampton. Elon Musk versus William and Mary. Delaware versus NCAAM. Drexel versus Stony Brook. Northeastern versus Townsend. North Alabama versus Florida Gulf Coast. And North Florida versus East Kentucky. Chris Ruffalo, what you got for me?
Yeah, this is not the best Thursday card. I think a lot of Thursday cards we're going to notice it the rest of the way. It's these mid-major conferences with some power conferences thrown in. So get used to these Thursday cards. I'm going to say that right now, but I will say I do like Purdue in a pick'em against Rutgers. Rutgers is that team, I'm going to keep saying it, where they will have probably the best players on the floor in Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey. But outside of that, there's just a big drop off in terms of scoring depth. Purdue, they don't have Zach Edey. We will keep hammering that point till the cows come home because the rebounding edge for Purdue is no longer there. But they have great guards in Fletcher Lawyer, Braden Smith, Trey Kaufman-Wren's been a stud for Purdue as well. So I think Purdue gets the job done on the road here. Like I said, this isn't your same, Steve Pikiel coached Rutgers team where they normally finish high up in defensive efficiency. There's been a bit of a drop off this season. So I'm going to take Purdue, whether it's on laying the point or just taking them on the money line, either or. Going through the 7:00 slot. Give me Wright State, laying the 3 at home. Oakland is one of those teams that likes to schedule up a lot in the non-conference portion of their schedule, try to get themselves ready for conference play, and it hasn't worked this season. I just think that Wright State is the better team at home in a revenge spot. They lost to Oakland in Oakland by 2 points earlier this season, back in November. Back in early December, pardon me. So give me Wright State at home, laying the 3.
Not a whole lot I love in college hoops today. I'm going to be real, but let's attack some big games. I'm on the other side. I'm taking Rutgers. Let's do it. Rutgers has been overrated and overvalued all season long. They do got some good players over there, but they've been overrated, overvalued. But overrated and overvalued teams do win and cover sometimes in big spots to justify why they are overrated and overvalued. And I think that's kind of be the case for Rutgers in that spot. It's going to be a big win for them. They're going to kind of stick their chest out, puff their chest out. People are going to kind of point at this game as a big game that they won. And it's just going to create more value on the other side of this team more often than not. That's my thought on Rutgers. Solid team, but more often than not a fade. But I actually like the spot for them tonight. I'm on Rutgers money line. Give me the Detroit Mercy plus the points at Iapui, aka IU Indy. I don't know. Getting points in a game between two terrible teams is the side I want to be on. I think Detroit Mercy has a legitimate chance to win this game outright. Not rushing to lay points with IU Indy. Like, I just can't do it, won't do it. Maybe even take the Mercy outright money line. Y'all know me, I love me some plus money. So give me Detroit, Mercy. Let me see. Anything else? Ohio State, Oregon. home unranked opponent, favored over the ranked opponent coming in. Bounce back spot at home for Ohio State. I'm gonna lay it. They lost their last home game to Michigan State. So back-to-back home losses would be tough. They're coming off a solid road win. Oregon hasn't really played on the road in a minute. I understand why the line looks like it looks. I'm on Ohio State. The Ohio State. I wish it was under a bucket. I wish it was under a bucket, but it's over a bucket, 3.5. Kind of make my stomach hurt. That's kind of what kept me off it as a premium. I'm gonna be real. I wanted to bet Ohio State in this game, but over the bucket is kind of what kept me off. Ultimately, they probably gonna blow them out. It wouldn't. What we've seen in college hoops this season is even the good teams can get beat sometimes just in a bad spot. And I think today is a bad spot for Oregon. Give me the Ohio State. I might gotta go put it in.
It's gone up to 4.
I might gotta go put it in. It's just they justifying what I'm thinking. What time that game start? 5? All right, yeah. Premium. I'm gonna put it in. I'm on Ohio State. I'm gonna bet it.
No.
Bounce back spot at home, man.
I hate. I'm just gonna say this. Ohio State's on my personal DNB. So
for real. Are you on Oregon?
I'm not on Oregon. For me, it's Oregon or nothing in that game. Because I do think that it's a 1-2 point game. I'm not trying to sway you off it. I'm just saying my number I had around 2.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. That's my number too. That's my number.
So it's just the thing is that I mean Oregon, they're still a good dog. I think they just match up well with Ohio State. If Michi Johnson was playing, if he was confirmed to play, then maybe you have an easier time trying to convince me of Ohio State. But I still have a personal vendetta with Ohio State after they just folded like a cheap 10 against Minnesota and had to go to overtime for that game. So, yeah, that's just my take on it. For me, it was Oregon or nothing.
Fair enough. That's all for me in this first little slot on college hoops. Let's keep pushing, Roof. We got where we stop at? We stopped at 7 Eastern.
7 Eastern.
Yep. So we got Kennesaw State versus Middle Tennessee. We got FIU versus Louisiana Tech. Washington versus Michigan State. Old Dominion versus Louisiana, ULL. Arkansas State versus South Alabama. Queens versus Lipscomb. West Georgia versus Austin Peay. The Lopes, Grand Canyon. Laying 2.5 on Utah Valley, man, on the road. Got North Dakota State. Laying 6.5 on Oral Roberts. VMI versus Samford. Jack State versus Western Kentucky. We'll stop there, and then we'll do the last slide. I'm up first here. Let me see what I can scramble through here. Not the sexiest slot of the day, but always some money to be made. I'm on Washington plus the points against Michigan State. I know Michigan State's rolling. I know they just beat Ohio State on the road. I know Washington's coming off of a pretty significant homestand, and they just lost to Illinois in their last one. But still, I think Michigan State's overrated, overvalued in this spot. I just think this might be a slight letdown spot for the Spartans. Getting 14.5 still with a solid Washington team, I'll grab the points. So give me the Huskies. I hate to say these words, bro, and y'all will almost never hear me say these words. I really don't even want to say them, but I gotta say it.
Oh God.
I'm fading Grand Canyon. I'm fading the Lopes. No! No! I'm fading the Lopes tonight, y'all, man. I gotta do it. I'm on Utah Valley outright money line. I know, man. I gotta fade the Lopes tonight. It just feels like a spot, man. It just feels like a situation. That's really the best I can say. That's really the best I can say. I just have a gut feeling. Sometimes all I can tell y'all is I have a gut feeling, and I got a gut feeling about them Lopes today. I as somebody who bets the Lopes quite often, this one just feels like a spot where they usually let me down. So I'm gonna try to pull the reverse Uno card.
You're gonna sacrifice yourself so that Grand Canyon gets back on track.
You feel me? I'm gonna pull the reverse Uno. I'm gonna cash on Utah Valley right quick, and then we back on Grand Canyon. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm just telling y'all what I'll be doing, man. I'm just telling y'all. Let me see if I can pull out one more for y'all, ladies and gentlemen, in this slot. I would lean towards North Dakota State against Oral Roberts, laying the points on the road. I know they've lost back-to-back at home, so you would think, not really a bet on spot situation for them now out on the road. But it's not like Oral Roberts is anybody, so it's like it just so happens to be the perfect team on the other side for North Dakota State to bounce back against. So it's kind of my thoughts. And let's be real, you got to think about this in a logical terms. All right, let me break this down. Let me break this down for y'all in real terms, okay? Chris, who just won the college football FCS championship?
North Dakota State.
Okay, man. So you know what that means. That's their 10th in 14 years. Bro, if my school just won the championship, what we doing? What we doing? Tell me, y'all, what we doing? We turned, bro. Come on, man. We turned, bro. We turning it up. So it's no surprise that they lost their last 2 home games following that. You know what I mean? Now they on the road. Now it's time to lock back in. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I just be trying to put it in real terms sometimes. You just got to think about it in real life. They won the chip. They turned up at home, at the school, man, when the football team got back. Partied it up. Lost 2 games. Now it's time to get back on track. And they're going to beat up on Oral Roberts today. Roof.
Sorry, I'm too busy roasting Costy in the comments. Yeah, I agree. I like North Dakota State. And Oral Roberts might be one of the worst defenses in the country. We went up to 8:30 or 7:30, whatever. Did we go through the that time slot? We went up to 8:30.
Where did I stop at? Yeah, up to 8:30. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, I'll also take Michigan State laying the points against Washington. Washington, great 3-point defense. And, I'm not taking that away. That's a big reason why they were competitive against Illinois. Problem is, Michigan State doesn't shoot threes. They're they shoot one of the least amount of 3-pointers. They have one of the lowest 3-point shot rates in the country. 304th in the country in 3-point shot rate. So they're not taking many threes. And the ones they're taking, they're hitting 28%. So they know their weakness, which is not shooting from the perimeter. They like to go inside the arc. And they like to draw fouls. They're top 50 in free throw rate. So when you're shooting 81% from the line, kind of easy to know where you're going to go, where your bread is buttered. And that's what Michigan State's going to do. I don't see Washington slowing them down here. We saw Washington early on in conference play get blown out by UCLA and USC. I think Michigan State does the same here. Michigan State's been scoring points in bunches at home this year, so I'll take Michigan State in that one.
Fair enough. Last slot, let's do it. We got Tarleton at Southern Utah. We got UT Martin at Western Illinois. Southern Indiana at SE Missouri. Tennessee State at Lindenwood. Tennessee Tech at East Illinois. North Arizona at Montana. North Colorado at Montana State. Fullerton at UC Mike Davis, UT Arlington at Utah Tech, aka the Eggs, North Dakota at Denver, Liberty at Sam Houston, Pacific at Washington State, Idaho at Sacramento State, Eastern Washington versus Portland State, Cal Poly versus UC San Diego, Hawaii versus UC Riverside, Bakersfield versus Santa Barbara, UC Irvine versus CSU Northridge, Oregon State versus Santa Clara, and last but not least, Portland at San Francisco. Roof.
Yeah, I'm going to take. I hate to say it like this, so I'm going to take San Francisco. Just take a dump on Portland here. The Portland team is terrible. We've seen Portland get crushed by the better teams in the West Coast Conference this season. Teams like Gonzaga, St. Mary's. The thing is, San Fran is up there in what I think is going to be the top 4 teams in the West Coast Conference as well. To me, I look at this game and I see 90-58, something like that, something ugly for Portland. So give me San Francisco laying the points. I'm also going to take UC Santa Barbara laying the points against Cal State Bakersfield. Bakersfield looked good in their last couple of conference games, but realistically, you go back to earlier in conference play when they played some of the better teams like UC San Diego, UC Irvine on the road. They lost by 21 and 16 points. The games they just recently won in conference play over Long Beach and UC Davis came at home. They're a much better team at home. They're 6-1 at home, but 1-6 on the road. UC Santa Barbara, I think, takes them behind the shed at home. I'm going to take UC Santa Barbara there. And let me see if there's anything else here. Give me UT Arlington against Utah Tech. I just think Arlington is the better team there. Better team on both ends of the floor by a fair margin. So give me UT Arlington laying the 4.
Fair enough. Let me see. What do I want to do to close out college hoops today? Phone for now. Briggs owes a hat for the Notre Dame game. I sent it to him already. He got it. He was supposed to gloat about it Tuesday, and then I wasn't here, and then he not here today. So be like that, man. We'll talk about them goals here in a little bit, man. We'll talk about them goal him. The boys in action today against the Franklins. I don't like either one of them, so I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let y'all know my thoughts on that game in a little while. My phone over here moving slow. I'm trying to get back to the slot. All right. There we go. Give me Eastern Washington money line. Eastern Washington. Hold on, give me a second. I saw something this morning in the betting tools. Eastern Washington has beaten Portland State 9 games in a row. That's called ownership. That's called domination. That's called plus money opportunity I have to attack. Give me Eastern Washington outright money line. Let me see what else is in there. I lean towards UT Arlington with Roof. Fading the eggs. They're terrible. And give me Hawaii. Give me Hawaii money line. +1, just a +110 little shot. You feel me? Just a little +110 shot. Nothing crazy. I don't think UC Riverside is as good as advertised. I think this is a game Hawaii needs desperately to kind of keep pace in the conference. So I'm gonna take the Rainbows here. Yep. Anything you miss, Chris, in college hoops?
No, I think I'm good. Like we said, it's a very selective college hoops card that you want to just tread very, very lightly on it. So I would just be careful with it.
Fair enough. Let's skate on over to the NHL, man. Snowing outside right now here in Dallas, so I'm feeling kind of icy, man. I'm feeling kind of like hockey might be a space to make some money today, man. We got the Sabres and the Senators, the Bruins and the Lightning, the Devils and the Rangers, the Flyers and the Dallas Stars, the Oilers and the Penguins, the Kraken and the Blue Jackets. You want to do it all in one swoop or what?
Let's just do all in one swoop.
Maple Leafs, Hurricanes, Ducks, Blues, Avalanche, Wild, Islanders, Golden Knights. Lead us off, my man. What you got for me?
You know, I'm gonna do my my best impression of a homer. I'm gonna take the Toronto Maple Leafs plus 145. I just don't want to step in front of them right now. They've won 5 in a row, back-to-back 3-2 wins over the Flyers. Is that anything to write home about? Not really. But like I said, they've just looked really solid. They've actually won 5 straight on the road, which was their weakness for the longest time. And now they're starting to pick it up. The Carolina Hurricanes are still 15-5 at home this season. I can't take that away from them, but they're still a 4-6 team in their last 10 games. The goaltending has started to wear down for Carolina. It's a back-to-back spot as well. So part of me wonders if you see maybe Dustin Tokarski, the backup goalie against Toronto. He's going to be in one of these 2 games, I'm imagining. And if he's in net against Toronto, which wouldn't surprise me, I could definitely see the price dropping like a rock. But yeah, I think the Leafs get it done there. I'm also going to take the Blue Jackets plus money at home against Seattle. I know Seattle favored on the road. You kind of look at it and be like, whoa, what's going on? I don't know. But Columbus, no team has made you more money at home this season than the Columbus Blue Jackets. It's just long and short of it. They're the most profitable home team in the NHL. So give me Columbus plus 110. And the rest of the picks will be on the wraparound after the show.
He hit y'all with that to be continued. Oh shit.
Because I just there's one I kind of like, but I want to make sure I want to dig in on it a little bit more before I
reflect y'all with that to be continued. That's great. Give me the Avalanche. I think I saw something when the Wild is underdogs, they always lose. Or at least recently. They've lost like 5 straight as underdogs. Hold on, let me stop yakking and go look at it exactly. Give me a second. I had it this morning. Ooh, it's even worse than I said. The Minnesota Wild have lost 9 straight games. It's home underdogs. I'm on the Avs. Until the Wild showed me that when they slotted to lose at home, that they're gonna win. Got to keep fading. So give me the Avs. Give me I'll go puck line on the Golden Knights fading the Romanellis. I'll also go puck line on the best team in hockey, the Dallas Stars. That's about it for me. I wanted to take the Blues, but they priced me out of my Blues today. I mean, if you're just looking for like a money line filler, Blues winning that game for sure. Blues winning that game for sure. The line tell me everything I need to know. Minus 190, like they try to price me out of that. I know the Ducks fake playing a height. Shout out the Ducks, man. Fading their ass tonight, though. Let's go St. Louis. Just a money line parlay filler on that Blues. Just letting y'all know my thoughts, man. Just letting y'all know. All right, man. Let's go. What you want to do? Let's go to how many people got here? 6:30. You want to go to college football or you want to do NBA? Up to you.
Either or. But one thing I wanted to say quickly while you're trying to figure out which one. Comments like these give me a headache. They are in the description of the replay. I cannot stress this enough. Underneath the video, where you click to see all the information of the video, the timestamps are there almost pretty much every day. If they're not there, it's because someone was off that day, or we just forgot to do them. But I would say 90 to 95% of the time, they are in the description of the video. They may not be there live as we're doing the show, but they are there after the show. I can assure you of that. So it's all good. I'm just saying, because you're not the first person that's asked about them. I'm just saying, for anybody who asks and who's one, they are always in the description. We always make sure that we do them. That's one thing we've carried forward. Anyways, sorry, I had to address that because I keep seeing in the comments some days. I'm like, they're there. They're there. It just takes a little bit. It takes 15 seconds of looking.
18 seconds. Let's do NBA.
Kind of story of my life. Anyways.
Cleveland off the huge dub last night, man. Laying 15.5 on the Raptors. Pistons. I had to wipe my eyes. I had to double check. Pistons laying 2.5 on the Warriors? What the fuck going on? I'm on the Raptors. I know, I'm probably an idiot. Jay, stop fading the Cavs. Jay, stop fading the Cavs, bro. Stop it, please. You're hurting your pocketbook. Stop fading the Cavs. But in all honesty, I think this is the spot, bro. I know I keep saying that every day. But it just be looking like it's the spot every day. The reason I think it's the spot is look. So look, let me follow me down the path. Follow me down the path. These boys play Denver in Denver. Then play Golden State in Golden State. Then play Los Angeles in Los Angeles. Then play Dallas in Dallas. They did come home and play Charlotte. Then they played the Thunder. I just think this game is going to be kind of like the Hornets game, where it's like a letdown game, where it's like, whew, let's breathe, especially on the second leg of a back-to-back, laying 15.5. I'm not saying they, on a normal night, yes, Cleveland will probably air them out, but coming off of that absolute gauntlet of a schedule, and on the second leg of a back-to-back after playing the best team in the league in a really tightly contested game all the way down to the wire, a defensive game like that game was kind of, well, it wasn't, but, the Thunder defensive intensity is more than most teams. I'm just saying it's not the sexiest spot to be laying 15.5. So I'll take the Raptors. I've been on the other side of Cleveland like the last 4 or 5 games. So it was one more game, personally. And if I cash, then I can finally put it to bed. I'm just letting y'all know my thoughts. Just letting y'all know what I'm doing. I'm on the Raptors, man, plus the points. I just think this may be a letdown for Cleveland today. Jay, you need to stop fading the Cavs, though. But today's the day. That Warriors Pistons is scary. I could really make an argument going either way. It's the old guns. It's the old guns that started the season well, that are not playing well at all right now, going up against the young guns who started the season playing terrible, who are playing amazing right now. So, makes it tough. Detroit, this is their 5th straight home game, while the Warriors are coming off a significant homestand them damn selves. I'm on the Warriors. The reason I'm on the Warriors is I trust them on the road. I trust who the Warriors have been the last couple seasons on the road. And at the end of the day, it's still the Pistons. I know they're playing well. I know it's a decent spot for them. Give me the Warriors. Chris?
Yeah, that Warriors and Pistons game makes my stomach hurt. I think the line must have flipped. Because it was, what was it? It was let's see, line history. Yeah, it was. Did it always open it? Detroit favorite?
Yeah, it did. They were 3.5-point favorites.
I thought I had the I had the video for this game yesterday, but I thought it was the Warriors favorite at first, but I guess not. Is Steph Curry out? I'm trying to figure out why this line is where it is. I know the Warriors are struggling, but
Warriors struggling and them Pistons is balling. And
true,
and a lot of the Warriors players are game time decision, like Curry game time decision, Draymond Green decision, shorter game time decision.
Okay.
But it's GTD. It's not out. It's not out.
Yeah.
It's GTD.
I'll still stick with the Pistons. Like you said, they've been balling, been playing well. Not a game I'm rushing to bet, but if I had to pick it, I would take the Pistons. And Jay, when will you learn?
I know, bro. I know.
I don't want to see this at like 11 o'clock tonight.
Man.
I don't want to see that. So, I'll take the Cavs. The problem is the Raptors. I think I said it yesterday. They dig themselves into a hole early, and they have a hard time digging out of it. The reason why I'm not rushing to bet the Cavs is because it feels like a bit of a sandwich spot for the Cavs, where they're coming off of a big win over the Thunder. They've got this. They have to play the Raptors, and they got a few big games coming up as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I just can't remember. I know I saw that they have a few solid games coming up. I just can't remember off the top of my head. They got back-to-back against Indiana, and they got the rematch in OKC this time next week. So they got some solid games coming up. I don't know. But the problem is the back in the Raptors is not an option for me. No way, shape, or form. So
bro, they be cashing though.
They do. They are cashing. But the thing is that every time I back them is when they fall flat. Like yesterday, they were catching 12.5 against the Knicks, a team that they snuck in the back door against the last time they played them. Found a way to lose by 14. Like I said, the Raptors in their last 4 road games have lost by 14, 54, 29, and 14. So, yeah, like I said, for me, it's Cavs or nothing. But like, I really don't love the NBA today, if I'm being 100% honest. So,
I don't really love it today either. But we gotta cook it up. We got Warriors, Pistons, Timberwolves, Magic, and we got Timberwolves, Magic, Rockets, Grizzlies, and Mavs, Trailblazers.
Just trying to put the games. Rockets, Grizzlies, Mavs, and the Timberwolves and the Magic.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to take the keys. And I'm going to throw them across the street. I'm not taking the Timberwolves. You're giving me the Magic. There are very few select spots where I'll use my points to stay in the house of disappointment. Tonight is not one of them. Just because I do feel like this is a spot where probably the Timberwolves they falter. But I also like the under in this game. The Magic, not scoring a ton of points. Paolo's probably going to be back by the end of the week, it looks like. Or is he back tonight?
Game time decision for tonight.
If he plays that locks it in for the Magic for me. But if he doesn't play, I'll still stick with the under. Like I said, the playing good defense and winning games with defenses feels like it's in the Magic's DNA, regardless of who's in the lineup. And maybe I would still stick with the under even if Paolo does play, because how many times have we seen it where a team gets their star player back after a lengthy absence and it kind of throws off the chemistry for the first game? So I still think the Magic get it done, but it would still just be a lean for me. So I mean, I'd probably go under in Timberwolves Magic for me there.
Magic, easy. Fading the Timberwolves. I don't like laying over a bucket with the Timberwolves, especially not on the road. And damn sure not on the Orlando Magic, who'll be going stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. So I'm still in Orlando, with or without Boncaro. I'm honestly with Boncaro. It makes me like it a little less, honestly, because he got me kind of finding a rhythm again. But it's still the Magic at home, regardless. I got to be there against the House of Disappointment. Rockets Grizzlies is interesting. It's for sure. It's for sure a tough game. What I'll say is I have to see how this injury report clear up. I need to see who playing for the Grizzlies. If the guys are in for the Grizzlies, I'm on the Grizzlies. It's just that simple. If the guys is out for the Grizzlies, I'm gonna leave the game alone. I'm not taking the Rockets in this game. I just need to know who playing for Memphis. If Ja and them playing for Memphis, we on Memphis. If they're not playing, then we'll see. But we might not get the news till way later today, outside of the time frame for me to put my picks in. So that's why, if you're on my long term, this game might not be in there because I just don't know who playing. So lean towards Memphis, but I'll leave it alone right now. And my Mavs always kick the crap out of the Blazers. At least we have recently. We've covered like 5 straight games against Portland. Like we don't be playing with them. And I know we're banged up right now, but the line's still where it's at, and I think it's for a good reason. So I'm not trying to overcomplicate it. Had Portland last night, good spot for them. Shout out them boys. Now we fading them on the second leg. I went back to back with trouble. Taking my Mavs, I'm laying it. Last slot, man. We got the Hawks and the Suns, the Heat and the Jazz, and the Hornets, and the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers. I'm on the Utah Jazz, plus the points, and I'm on them straight up on the money line. The Jazz have covered 10 straight games as underdogs against Miami. Crazy stat. The Utah Jazz at home as underdogs have beaten Miami in 5 straight games. Crazy stat. The Heat just don't match up with Utah. I don't know, for whatever reason it is, they just don't. We just saw Utah take them behind the woodshed less than a week ago in Miami, 136-100. Wouldn't shock me if they did it again here. They always beat up on the Heat. It's just something weird about it. I ain't overcomplicating it. Give me the Utah Jazz. Straight up on the money line. Give me the Hornets plus the points. Lakers extended favorite. No, thank you. Lakers as a dog against good teams. Lakers short favorite against okay teams, mediocre teams. Lakers extended favorite against bad teams. Just my formula. Hawks Suns, this is just a pass for me. These are the 2 worst ATS teams since the start of last season. Both teams will find a way not to cover in this game. The line 5.5. Man, the Suns gonna win the game by 5.4, and the Hawks gonna lose by 5.6. Like, they gonna find a way, bro. So it's just a pass for me. No need to try to bet every game. If forced to play it, because I know some of y'all really want to know, I would just say fuck it and go Hawks money line and pray that Ice Trey stay as hot as he is. So just my thoughts. Roof.
I'm going to just summarize it quickly with a 3-leg parlay that I'll touch on again at the end of the show. We do the parlay segment. Magic money line, Hawks money line, Jazz money line.
Hawks money line, Jazz money line. Well,
Magic money line. The Phoenix Suns for me are no bet. As a home favorite, I think they're like 3-11 against the number this season. The Hawks, yeah, they're still one of the worst cover teams over the last couple seasons, but at least we can say they've at least shown signs of kind of turning that around. Yeah, they failed to cover in 4 straight, and teams are going to have that happen. But remember, there was like a time where it was just like the Hawks didn't cover just because they just didn't cover. It was like death taxes and the Hawks not covering basketball games. But I don't know. The Phoenix Suns have been a disappointment. They've lost 5 of their last 6, and 3 of the 5 losses have come as favorites. So I'll take the Atlanta Hawks here. The Phoenix Suns have done nothing but disappoint. Maybe we should open up another condo in Phoenix. The condo of disappointment.
Man, you ain't lying. Let me get out the numbers just because I know some of y'all. I don't think people really understand.
And saying that and say the Suns are decent at home at what? Joker just said the Suns are decent at home. Decent at what? Exactly, because
all right, so
it's not covering point spreads as the favorite. I'll tell you that much.
That's just this season. Phoenix is 12-23 ATS. They've only covered in 34% of their games. That's just this season. Let's do since the start of last season. All right, since the start of last season, the Phoenix Suns are 47, 72, and 2. That's 39.5%. Since the start of last season, the Atlanta Hawks are even worse than Phoenix. Like I said at the start, these are the 2 worst. Atlanta is 44 and 76 ATS since the start of last year. Atlanta has only covered in 36.7% of their games. So just flip that. Since the start of last season, fading Phoenix, if you just blindly fade them, bro, you're up. You've been cashing in 60% of your games. You're up a great amount of money if you're betting it the right way. And same thing with Atlanta. Same thing with Atlanta. With Atlanta, you're fading them. You're cashing out a 4? Damn near a 64% clip. Just fading Atlanta since the start of last year. Man, I'm just letting y'all know, bro. I'm just letting y'all know. They both terrible. Somebody got to do it tonight, though. Somebody got to. And I'd rather be on the team getting points, personally. But
so the way I'm looking at it with games of home favorite, I'm just looking at win-loss as a home favorite. There's the Sacramento Kings who are 10-9 as a home favorite, so that means they've lost outright 9 times as a home favorite. The Golden State Warriors are 8-7 as a home favorite, straight up. So they lost 7 times. The Phoenix Suns are 8-6. So you're talking about a team that's almost 50-50 in terms of being favored at home if they're winning the game outright. And you're giving me plus 195 for a Hawks team that is fully capable of, like I said, we've seen the Phoenix Suns shit the bed in less spots than this. So to tell me that the Phoenix Suns are good, are decent at home or good at home, I call bullshit. And yeah.
Okay, you got me.
Okay, hold on. They've been healthy. Hold on. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go to this point. When healthy, they just had the big 3 in their lineup against Charlotte. And what happened? Charlotte dog walked and won by 11 points. You had Kevin Durant in that game score 39 points. Devin Booker had 39. Kevin Durant had 26. Bradley Beal had 10. No one else scored in double figures. You didn't have any scoring depth. So tell me that, like, no shot. Sorry. I might even go Hawks reverse line. I might lay points with the Hawks.
I ain't heard a reverse run line in a minute. Oh shit.
Whatever. Sorry. You know what I mean, though.
I know. I'm just saying. Like, that time is coming up soon, man. That reverse
It
run
is.
line is back before y'all know it. We're gonna blink and that shit gonna be here. Major League Baseball. You know, we're losing a sport here soon, man. We only got 3 games left, man. Speaking of it, one of them go off tonight. After tonight, we only have 2 games left. College football
Yeah.
playoff.
Yeah.
Crazy to think about, right?
It's absolutely insane.
Man, we got them gold helmets. Favored by 1 over them Penn State Nittany Lions, man. Chris, first time ever, the national championship will feature a black head coach. Somebody's got to win it. Somebody's got to
That's
win it.
true.
One of them got to get it done, either Franklin or Freeman. Man, who gets it done, Roof?
This was tough.
Or take me to the total if you need to.
Honestly, and I'm not trying to take a way out. I just genuinely think, because I want to give everybody the best play that I think is on the board. I think the best play on the board in this game is the under. Because I do think, because what's it at right now? 45, 44 and a half?
Yeah. Last time I saw it was 45.
I honestly see this game 23-20 either way. Because this is a game that's going to be won in the trenches. It's going to be run heavy, I think, from both sides. You know, I don't trust Riley Leonard. I trust Drew Aller a little bit more if we're talking about just from a quarterback perspective. But like I said, this is a game that's going to be won on the lines. And it's going to be a run heavy approach, I think, on both sides. If you ask me to pick a side, I would maybe lean towards Penn State, because I trust Penn State to maybe hit those home run plays a little bit more frequently than I trust Notre Dame to. But I would definitely say that the under is the way for me to go in this one. I think, like I said, 23-20, whichever way it goes.
I'm on the fence still. I'm on Penn State, though, is what I'm going to do. I'm on Penn State. I kind of agree with what Roof said. I just think these two teams are eerie similar. And the line's right where it's supposed to be. This is a true coin flip style game. But the reason I'm going with the Nittany Lions, y'all know I bashed both teams. I bashed both of them. I bashed the gold helmets. I bashed the Nittany Lions. I bashed both of them. And one of these teams is going to the Natty. It's disgusting. But shout out to them. But I'm gonna take the Nittany Lions to do it. And the reason I'm gonna trust them is I think their defense is better than Notre Dame's. And I think their defense will limit. I think Penn State's defense is more equipped to limit what Notre Dame is trying to do. I'm not saying that Notre Dame's defense won't limit what Penn State's trying to do, because they definitely can. I just think Penn State is more equipped to do so. Like Riley Leonard trying to do that run, he's gonna get his ass boomed. It's just how I see this one. And I think, Penn State has a little more playmakers that may be able to make a play than Notre Dame does. So in a game that's going to come down to which defense creates the turnover. And I think it's going to be Penn State that creates it. I think Penn State's going to be the one that creates it. Tough game. I could argue the other way. I really could argue the other way. But I'm gonna take the Nittany Lions. I'm gonna fade the gold helmets one last time. Adios, amigos. Gold helmets.
I think that's the cap of this game. Which team do you think makes the first mistake? Because I think it's only going to be one that's going to turn the tide. The other problem for me is that you could argue that Penn State played the better teams in both their games, or at least in one of the games. I mean, I was high on Indiana, but Notre Dame made it look like nothing. Who did Penn State play in the quarterfinals?
I'm drawing a blank. They just beat Boise, right?
They beat them in the. Or sorry, I'm talking first round. Sorry.
SMU.
5-12 game.
SMU.
Oh, they beat SMU. Okay. So yeah, I mean, SMU, Indiana kind of on the level, but Notre Dame took down a Georgia team with their backup quarterback. But at the best of times, Notre Dame has been.
I think that Georgia team was probably the best of all of them, and even with the backup QB. And then who they play for? Indiana.
Indiana, and then
Indiana's ass. So.
Yeah. Like I said, I just think which quarterback is more likely, which offense is more likely to make the first mistake, and I think it's Notre Dame.
Fair enough.
So,
what you got for sale today over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Today I got $15 college hoops play. Unfortunately fell short yesterday with Oklahoma, but we're going to come back at it today. Love my $15 play today. I'm going to have a college hoops 3-pack that I really like. And I'm going to put a 3-pack up for NHL as well, I believe. At least one play. Sorry, I should say at least one play for NHL. Potentially have a 3-pack lined up. So definitely check that out. Jump on a long-term pass. Like I said, I did the count today. 150 college basketball games on Saturday for the card. Got NFL playoffs this weekend. This is the time to do it. So jump on board. Let's make you some money. Let's get you paid this weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hop on a Ruffalo. Make you some money today. I got my NBA play of the day. I dropped it yesterday with the Thunder Buddies, looking to bounce back. We've hit like 60-something% clip recently. So we've been seeing the board well in the NBA play of the day. Bounce back spot today. That's really it. I think I got 3 plays total. So not a huge card for me tonight. Light card for me today. You can get them all though over at Pick Dogs Premium. Pair me and Roof up. Let's kick the crap out of the books, man. Money making Thursday. Parlay time, Roof. Let's do it. What you got for me?
Let's do that. Well, first off, I got that money line parlay of Magic, Hawks, and Jazz. For me, for the other parlay I'm looking at, let's go with college hoops. Let's go with Michigan State, San Francisco, and let's go UNC Greensboro plus the points against Chattanooga.
I'm stealing Ruffalo's. Jazz, money line. Hawks, money line. Magic, money line. 3-teamer. I created it. Don't listen to Roof. Birdcage.
Can't that just be like our parlay? Like we did it? I'm willing to share.
I stole it.
I got the Magic from you.
I stole it. It's now mine. And I'm taking full credit for it when it hits. I'm kidding. Hey, man, Money Making Thursday. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining us. Roof, appreciate you, my man, as always. Anything else before we get out of here?
Let's make it a winning day today. A lot of action on the board. You don't have to play every game. If you look at that college hoops card, I'm going to say you don't have to play every single game. And the Suns are going to lose to Bradley Beal. Or the Suns, Bradley Beal, Kevin Booker, and Kevin Durant are all going to lose to the Hawks. 100%.
Kevin Booker sucks today. You heard it here first. We out of here.